The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach. The Island Times News Update begins right now. Here's Tom Patton.
Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Kevin Hogenkamp will have a permanent job with the city of Atlantic Beach after he locates a new city manager for the city. The commission on Monday night appointed Hogenkamp to the newly created position of deputy city manager at an annual salary of $96,000. He will continue to receive additional compensation as long as he continues as interim city manager. But the vote was not unanimous. Despite the high regard in which Hogenkamp is held by all the commissioners, Commissioner Blythe Waters said that she was concerned that the residents might get the impression that Hogenkamp was appointing himself to the highest position in the city, and that the process being used was flawed.
The issue isn't whether or not Mr. Hogenkamp is the right person for this job, whether or not there is a need for the job. The issue is whether or not the way we are going about it is the way that our city government is intended to function as a city manager commission style government. And I still go back to, we are violating the spirit of the charter, even if in actuality we are obeying the words of Section 24. Having said that, if we have an acting city manager, I don't know that we have the condition of the absence of a city manager in which the commission and a majority commission vote can do something. In the period of time in which we didn't have an acting city manager, that was certainly the case, but we have an acting city manager, which directs us back to Section 11 of the Code, in which case the request should originate with the city manager.
Waters argued that the request to add an additional person to the staff should come from the city manager under the city's code, rather than from a commissioner. Commissioner John Stinson brought forth the proposal to hire Hogenkamp as deputy city manager. He said that Hogenkamp is working some 70 to 80 hours per week to deal with all of the issues that need the attention of a city manager, and whoever is hired as permanent city manager will be thankful to have an experienced deputy.
Before I brought this to the commission, I read through the charter. Section 24, in my mind, also gives us the authority to do it. I think it makes sense for the city. I think we need that person we need that role being filled because our expectations are extremely high and they hadn't been met in prior ways. So we have to do something different or we're going to repeat the things that happened in the past. Thank you.
When the commission voted, Commissioner Stinson, Mitch Harding, and Mayor Mitch Reeves voted to hire Hogenkamp as deputy city manager. Commissioners Waters and Jimmy Hill voted no. The Atlantic Beach Commission gave final approval to an ordinance designed to protect sea turtles during nesting season, but the commission was not unanimous in that vote. The original ordinance contained a prohibition on indirect lighting on existing and new homes in the sea turtle protection area, which was challenged by Commissioner John Stinson at a previous meeting. The version of the bill passed Monday struck that language from the bill. Mayor Mitch Reeves said that current residents are generally protective of sea turtles, and where the city needs to improve is continuing to educate new residents about sea turtle protection.
I have concern about mandating homes that's already there too, and I think that if we could add to our, it doesn't have to be here, but I think it could be added to one of our zoning or ordinances that when you build out there, you have to comply for that.
Commissioner Jimmy Hill said that the city needs to set an example.
I think we need to set the example. I think the city needs to go ahead, set the example. I think we need to put signs in place that call us a turtle-friendly city like you see in many cities down south. I think we need to educate people and basically anything new built, been doing for 2 decades, and basically leave this thing alone right now.
Commissioner Mitch Harding said that people who live on the beach have a responsibility to help protect the sea turtles.
Use the excuse, well, it's going to cost such a great burden on somebody to alter their activities or modify their behaviors. I don't see it. And it's inherent upon us as the guardians of the beaches as the beaches community, that we take care of our resources.
The ordinance was amended at the request of Commissioner Stinson to require compliance by May 20th, 2018 rather than 2020. It passed 3-2 with Commissioner Hill and Mayor Reeves voting no. Neptune Beach has a full slate of issues for their meeting May 1st. Among the items on the agenda are an initial vote on whether to establish a pilot program allowing backyard hens in the city, and a first vote on setting new term limits for members of the Community Development Board. Neptune Beach will also likely select the person who will fill out the term of Councilor John Jolly at the meeting, which begins at 6 p.m. at Neptune Beach City Hall. And the State Department of Transportation has officially designated A1A from the Duval-St. Johns County line through Fernandina Beach and Nassau County as the Ocean Islands Trail Scenic Byway. The campaign to have the highway, which includes the St. Johns River Ferry, designated as a scenic byway was a 4.5-year effort on the part of Neptune Beach Mayor Elaine Brown and former Fernandina Beach Mayor Sarah Pelican, who co-chaired a committee for the campaign. An official dedication ceremony was held Tuesday at the Broward House on Fort George Island. The designation means that the state will begin promoting the scenic byway for tourism and economic development. A team has been established for ongoing management of the byway. The first meeting of that group will be held May 4th at the Ribault Club, just north of the St. Johns River Ferry on Fort George Island. When we come back, we'll check the weather for the week ahead. This is the Island Times News Update.
The news you can count on. The Island Times News Update will be right back.
Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788. Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first.
The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach, forecasting your beaches. This is your local look weather.
The National Weather Service says it should be mostly sunny and breezy over the weekend, which includes the annual Sandcastle contest on Saturday and the opening of the Beaches Parade on Sunday. Highs over the weekend will be in the low to mid-80s, with lows dropping to around 70. Our next chance of rain is a slight chance of a thunderstorm Monday night, but there's an increasing chance of showers and storms as the week progresses. The Island Times is always digital, always free at theislandtimes.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to be the first to know about stories posted on the Island Times. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.